is the 7th of March and I'm taking a look at the pound Australian dollar on a monthly time frame using Serene Education's FME Advanced strategy. Now what we're seeing here by our matrix box, we're getting a lot of red arrows coming in intraday, which means that we are seeing a pullback against the long-term upward trend direction. Price remains above the 200-day moving average from the weekly to the 15-minute, but below on the monthly and the 5-minute. Having a look here, you can see this blue line is the 200-day moving average, so it's still quite a distance away from price. Not to worry about that too much at this stage, but you are more than welcome to go and put in a resistance line there, as that's going to be a major target going forwards. Looking at the monthly candle in itself, we can see the previous monthly candle closed higher back above the 50-day moving average monthly central pivot, and price at the moment is trading above both central pivots and the 50 and the 20-day moving average. RSI is above 50, our FOST and trigger lines and histogram is above the midline, so what we're going to be doing is looking for continuations up towards that monthly 200-day moving average. So we drop down now onto the weekly. Okay, we've got price above the 3 moving averages and above the 2 central pivots. Last week's candle was a nice bullish candle that even closed above that previous week's resistance level, and the current weekly candle, although it's attempted to trade lower during the course of the week, is now trading higher. RSI is above 50, our histogram and FOST and trigger lines are above the midline, so the strategy here in itself is set up and we should be looking for longer term trades to the upside. The only concern at the moment is that we're getting these red arrows coming in intraday, and therefore we're going to have a look as soon as we get down onto those intraday time frames to see if there are pullbacks in play. Dropping down onto the daily here, yesterday's candle, a beautiful bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. In fact, it engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of trading. So the bulls definitely came through yesterday, closing above the daily central pivot. So price is above the 3 central pivots and above the 3 moving averages, which are trading really nicely in numerical order. There's quite a distance between them as well, showing strength of trend. What we're seeing is a breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, breakout. What we're potentially seeing now is a pullback to test the daily central pivot, and what we're going to be doing is looking for continuations to the upside. But looking here at the daily, we can see the current daily candle is not trading higher than yesterday's close. Okay, that light purple line is yesterday's close, and for continuations as a daily trader, we're wanting to see price trading higher. RSI is still above 50, our histogram is still above the midline, potentially slowing down, but our FOST and trigger lines still remain above, showing overall trend sentiment to the upside. So let's drop down onto the 4-hourly time frame here. And we've got price above the 3 moving averages. Again, trading in numerical order, nicely spread out. Trading above the 3 central pivots. RSI is above 50. Our histogram and FOST and trigger lines are above the midline. So the strategy is still set up. What we're seeing now, or experiencing, is a bit of a pullback. So what we're going to be doing is looking for a close higher than yesterday's high on the 4-hourly time frame. If you're a 4-hourly or daily trader, looking for a 4-hourly confirmation close above yesterday's high and looking for that continued momentum to come back into the market. Our histogram still remains above the midline, so all we're needing to see are those bars getting bigger. So 4-hourly traders, a close above yesterday's high, use your new indicator to help you with that. Our entry off an hourly would still remain the same, dropping down onto the hourly time frame. We've seen a pullback, price now trading below the 20-day moving average. Okay, that's a little bit of concern here. However, it's using that daily central pivot as a support. Price still remains above the 3 central pivots and above the 50 and the 200-day moving average. RSI is flat on 50, so no real trend sentiment coming through at the moment on this time frame. We had that moving average crossover as we started to see price pull to the downside off yesterday's high, and our histogram is below the midline. So this is the problem area here. What we're looking to see is continued momentum to the upside. Our FOST and trigger lines still remain above the midline, but we're going to be looking for that crossover, and we're going to be looking for a nice bounce off that 50 level of the RSI. So what I've done on this pair, giving a bit to the market, setting an alert for an hourly close above yesterday's high, and then we've got a really nice clean entry to potential target that I can't even find. There it is. Okay, so it's quite a distance away. Obviously, we won't be going for that whole lot, but if we can get a nice breakout to the upside here, it's definitely one we want to keep an eye on today.